Now don't say anything more.
It's just a man and a camera. Gonna make a painting. Just a man and a painting. He's gonna use a camera. Well, we're not gonna do a grid, but we need a horizon line. No palette. No palette today, my friends. If anyone ever sees this, someone might see it. I don't know. It's a little pot boiler here. Got a gallery guy coming in soon, but I figured, well, we can get the drawing done, maybe mix some colors. Again, it's the season. I've got to go drive up and take some work to a gallery tomorrow. Well, that'll probably skunk today. What is that? That's some kind of chunk. Some kind of chunk I don't need. Got a semi-stubby here. The DOS, bristle filbert, 0. Semi-stubby. Yeah, like I said, we need that horizon line. That won't be temporary. The reference up y'all, we want to start with something like that. I need this a lot smaller. This reference has tons of issues, but as far as grist, probably okay, huh? I had some good trunks there, but do I seem like I'm a little lost? I am, that's okay, I don't mind. One thing you can't have is this sort of fork thing like I'm doing. That's not too bad. do want, so there's a few trunks here. I start looking for order. Order out of, that's not chaos. It's not complete chaos anyway. Beach grasses. I don't usually do this, but we're doing it today. The tree mouse comes out a lot further, but you saw me try and go a little further with it, and it ain't working. I think we can have some, like, I don't even know what that stuff is, but there it is. It's stuck in the eye a bit. Not bad. I think the horizon line is going to need to come down some more. We'll make that call in one sec. So one thing I do like this is opening things up for a bit more. Now when the reference is lightest on the bottom, that ain't my style. No way. But I do like that idea, so I'm just moving it up in the middle a bit more. That's pretty good. I may have that horizon line in a good place. Waves. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, it's Not everything's worked out or resolved, but that's okay. I'm not scared. Yeah, so some of these, like, well, they call Pahudikawas out here. Well, I don't think they have them anywhere else. So they're Pahudikawas. They're up in the north. They only go so far down. They have a zillion trunks. I'm always painting with just a few, because that's how I do. But the reality is they've got a lot more going on. That's kind of cool. Certainly not working, but mostly because it just follows the form of the trunk. Yeah, not a bad start. Drawing's done. Maybe we'll do a little bit of cloud stuff here. Not that dark. It's a lot of oil too. Yeah, and we have a lighter cloud in the corner. I don't tend to favor that. Yeah, I was just totally lucky I wasn't focused. I did focus on the board and everything seems to be lining up. I'm using my 100mm. That's the best one for these little ones. Yes, the horizon can go down. Not a huge amount, but it's significant. This is like one of the most important decisions you're going to make on a sheesh cake. No question. No question. I used my trigger to try and turn on the other camera. Wow, just watching a video, Nana Banana would have put. Well, I don't know if it'll put designers out of business. Somebody's gotta give these things all the stuff it needs. But you're a little chunky. That's Prussian blue. I don't need you there. Get a little more black in there. It's got that green lean we don't want. That's a lot. Let's see how it goes. Ah, that's perfect. You see, we just balanced out. We neutralized it with that's complementary color theory, my friends. Anyway, yeah, just watching the video of some guy using Nana Banana Pro. Spell the word mushroom out of mushrooms. It looks so brilliant. I have been playing with that program. I have a project I do things for that's not, related to my art. And it's a great place to experiment with those tools because I'm curious about them. I'm not a commercial artist, so I'm not threatened. I would be. I'd be totally threatened. We just use the Mike's Gray right there, straight up. We don't need tons of paint here, so. That's supposed to be my warm. It's looking alright. That's supposed to be my warm gray, but it's got a little pink to it. That's just my intuitions there. It's still real facey, but liking that. Can go back it off a little bit. That's the power of the raw umber. Nice. I don't want that too in our face. And raw umber also here would be good. Now that went too far, maybe, right? But I've been wanting to bring in a little cad as well. Ooh, you can dry. We don't need a lot. That's greened up a little. Drying too. Yeah, it's summer. It's summer. Yeah, and these colors are always the ones I'll mess with the most. That's a bit much, but I like that. Yeah, if you were a designer, you might be. Well, so a lot of what's been replaced is the grunt work. But if you think about it, the creative vision you can still have intact. You just don't have to do all this stuff, all this mechanical stuff. I always hated all that. I don't like designing anyway. I have ideas for things. And I did do one little poster for the channel for that channel announcement. I've been running that test on the AI for a year now, and that's the first time I got anything I thought was it. Well, yeah, it's the first time I got anything that was even close to like what I had in mind. Okay, that's our sky. Darks, we don't need a ton of that. that. 2 greens, and the grasses are going to go browner, I think, which is pretty common for me. Yeah, that's ugly, kinda. It's kinda nice. But magic trick coming your way with the permanent green. See, that's lovely. Not very much there, but that's okay. Now what we want to avoid, so if we're going to have grasses and we're going to have sand, move you over, get over here. You know, we're going to end up, we need to go a little redder with the grasses. So let's just start off with, we're going to put in some of this. That gives us some opacity. This will give us some darkness. There's our dark grass. Nice. And we got a little bit left on the other side here. I'm liking that. It feels chalky a bit. Normally I might mess with that some more, but I think that'll be alright. Because again, we got sand. Let's do our sand right now. Yes, a little tiny bit of purple. Right. Oh, yeah, now, someone told me. You might think that's out of line, but actually it's pretty good. Dark sand, a little bit of purple in it. Like it. No, these caps are not good. Classico. The caps suck. And that's a full tube, so that'll be a nice journey. Okay, sand version 2. A little warmer. This will be under the waves a bit as well. I'll set some of that aside. I'm going to go with this because that's a little reddish and I want to have a spread. I don't want the grasses and the sand to look the same. That's nice. That's done. Let's do a lighter grass color. Alright, that's our colors mixed. We'll leave that there for now. Like I said, something coming in soon. So we'll get back this afternoon and we'll make a little painting. We're back. Oh, I'm real happy with my tree. I see a couple issues here. One, we've kind of made this sort of implied line there, which we don't need. I wasn't so sure about that, but it came together. And you'll have a gander at the reference if anyone ever gets to see it. As if I can pause it together, but even then the AI can probably sort it all out, down in the future, up in the future, over there in the future. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what, I'm thinking I'm going to use me a nice Euro trick for the sky. That'll be in focus. Hopefully it is. I have this at aperture 4 or something, 4.5. So that's stopped down a bit, but I've noticed I get better. Alright, well, we had a little interruption there. Well, good. Now, so yes, as I was saying, the Utrecht. I know it's Utrecht. There's no Utrecht. Utrecht. Utrech. That's going to be our sky brush. We got the reference up. Got the reference reduced to little. Yeah, that's very, usually, so I know I've got water. I didn't mix anything for the water, so a lot of times I will, just mix one kind of medium sort of blue. You don't have the palette, you don't have the palette here, unfortunately. I mean, I could do, it wouldn't be that hard. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. How about that? So, anyway, we took that blue that you will have seen and we adjusted it. Glasses on. Like that. Okay. You don't need a ton of blue here. going to kind of reverse things, and the reference that's like. Well, I'll tell you what is nice, when the phone rings, I don't have to try and pause 2 cameras and then sync them up later. That was making me crazy. So what I'm doing, I got blue in my brush, but I'm resetting with some gray, a little bit of orange, raw umber. So I'm moving out of blue mode into gray mode. We got this. That's cool. It's a cool gray. I think I'm just going to use that. No. I don't like it. Just added a bunch of burn umber to that. I do like that. Probably end up having to go over that again. Okay, I'm happy with that. Also did this much warmer gray. Lighter, warmer, pinker. Okay. Happy with that. Well, this color I think is nice. It's a bit bright. We'll see how we go. Whoa. See, all I really got to do is pull that into one of the grays. I still have a little bit there mixed. The transition was too. Oh, I'm loving this brush. I love the one thing I love. It's a trade-off. You get some big advantages from the brights, but you get advantages from the flats too. You get especially a brush like this is a pretty good shape, brand new. In that. We gotta start getting a lot brighter, a lot quicker. God, it's great to be painting. I spent Saturday getting ready for this gallery visit I gotta do tomorrow. No, I don't have much of that other color. I want to go that same color down below. I'm going to go with a more neutral gray. I'm going to put it in now. Starting with nice gray, a little bit of buff. And I have that kind of pinkier warm tone that was right there. A little bit of that, so it's kind of neutral. It's a little cooler than I want. What changed? Is that your question? You're so funny. Too much of there, that's a neutral. I'm going to move it into some real brights as we get over here. Let's go and take this a little further along the horizon though. Nice. Okay. You'll remember this color. Good, you won't forget it. Pay off. Just knowing what this brush is doing. Well, that I'm doing with it. But that's okay. I don't need to take too much credit. That's nice. Careful when you get in these little nooks like this. You can have some light there, but you don't want it too bright. Alright, so what I want here is just a more bright, I very much like the color in the reference. It's a bluish, but I want to neutrally. So probably enough of this warmy yellow on my brush. No, not when I went into the pile of blue, but this is getting there. Let's try this. It's pretty bright, eh? Picking up some other colors from inside the brush. It's nice. Some pot boiler. The easel talk I did this morning, I was saying I had another pot boiler up, and I was saying I don't care if it sells or not, and I don't. I'd like it to sell because I painted this coastal scene. Usually, actually, I'm to the point I just like painting these now. But initially I was really much more into the interior scenes. Now we're gonna have to knock that back a little bit. This has got tree hole rolls that are in effect. And I'll tell you, this is the main thing I've really come up with is waiting to define the final shape of the tree based on doing what I just did. Gosh, that looks nice. I'm done with that sky. Just gonna leave it like that. That's cool. Okay, and last painting I did, I forgot to do this, and I did this. It was a little bigger. Did the sky come in the next day, which is a good plan. You should try that too. But what I should have done on that one that I didn't do was what I'm doing here. And if you're gonna do that, you're gonna wait. And you want to knock that. You're really gonna fight otherwise. We're gonna go. I don't want that build-up I just got there. Big savings in time, not having to fight with patches of paint, whether dry or wet. Okay, so just remember that move. It'll be in my book on painting coastal scenes, which will be, don't know when it's coming. I haven't written it yet. issue. One light above the next. No good. Much better. Okay, let's clean up some of the sky mess. Great. Gonna pause to use the facilities, or I'm gonna pause to do whatever. One camera. And I'm trying to speak up, try not to mumble. I don't have that second recording going. Yeah. You're right here. You're right behind the painting. Nice cup of tea is all made. Yeah, I'm liking that sky. That's good. Now I'm taking my eyes off it for a second. I can say one thing I'd like to do. Just finesse that a little bit. Be careful though, like that last stroke I made wasn't awesome. That's just the way it goes. Now this has got a feature in the water I have trouble painting, which is like where the foam's coming in. About that now. We're going to get our darks in for our tree. We don't need a big brush, and I don't want to mess around. Just go with the 0 Silver Grand Prix. Silver Grand Prix. Wait a minute. Don't be moving back and forth like that. Might be worth checking my focus. Okay, we're back. Like I said, Silver Grand Prix. Gonna do some nice darks. exactly like that. Yeah, that's not awesome. Well, I like them both though. What am I going to do? I know. I'm going to do that. Same deal there. 1, 2. So, I don't think that's all that critical. I ain't going to worry too much about that. What's he doing? Hey, don't. Well, I'll tell you, I'm looking at the references where I'm going, and where things turn like that, it's always tough. It's tough. It's even tougher if you're using a dirty swab to clean things up. Nice. That's all right. Happy with my tree. Alright, darks are in. Foliage, that's right. If you know me, you know me, brush them. Big painting, little painting, I'm pretty much going for my hog bristle filbert. Treacle. God bless you. And a lot of times I might go into the, if it was a bigger painting, I might go into the darks. And I'm going to bring a little more dark. But here, that's what I'm going to do. I thought that was a ranch, eh? No. Could have been. We'll be going in a little brighter, but let's go do our water now. We could probably pull this off with the sky brush, eh? It's just straight up blue. I'm adding some yellow ochre. I didn't do much. I'm gonna add a little longer. That's our dark aqua. Some gray. You're not gonna see what I'm doing, but you'll see when I paint it. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm not really doing the cad yellow aquas this season. Never say never. Okay, we'll start with the light. Usually better up against the trees. Regard the problem. Okay. Do a little wipe with the brush. I gotta keep holding this up. Yeah, I got it reversed. That's alright. As long as there's some sort of progression. I'm liking that. Yes, I could go lighter up there, but it's not, so whatever. that. So I'm almost telling you about experience. I know I've done it a lot, so messing around with that, I don't like it. It's a little too sharp. Not that that was brilliant, but whatever. Yeah, hammers all come off looking a little crooked. Yeah, now that one it won't be aqua as it's down here. It's going to go more blue. I see it in the photo, and I've observed the film. I've observed it. It's always good to play off your more aqua tones against some bluey colors. Have some variety. Yeah, I don't need that too strong. And we had, it's kind of a purple, but that could work. Normally I do this with oh yeah, it's working fine. Look more purple on the palette. It's kind of, this is a place where I would have done the raw umbery kind of. It's ready for some waves. Nice. Now I'm going to get into the grasses. We use our same tree brush there. Clean up our palette a little. Grasses, I have done the beach grasses, so that's going to be a feature. Yeah, and you'll notice if you see the reference, which I hope you do, grass is green in the reference, but it's a missed opportunity. We can just bring in some other colors to make the painting more exciting. Starting with this, I'm going to reset my brush with umber. I'm going to need a little more of that. grass coming over the water there. Not the best plan, but whatever. We'll see. You got a certain amount of latitude. Okay, that's the dark grass. Next grass color. Oh, this is very facey. I just added a little bit of that light green we mixed to it just because it was so orangey. I don't know if that's the spot to leave open like I was thinking. More oil, it's kind of fighting me a bit. And I went a little, you'll see I went a little more, I don't want even more. I was going to say it went redder, but it didn't really move much. We got another color, but generally good policy is to make sure it's looking good without the highlights, and then a few highlights just to sink it in. I wasn't getting things as red as I wanted. This is one of the reasons why I have cad red on my palette. I'm happy with that. That's pretty good. I like that. No, I wouldn't just stick with this for the sand. We got to reset with black. We got that. Boy, those sand colors are kind of light. So I just went into the black again. It's definitely more gray. I'm liking that. One thing I would like about this is that there's like, oops. Yeah, even darker. The color you see on the brush is not the color I'm painting. I know having that grass come up there, bad plan. Back to that nice, oh jeez, oh jeez. There's a bunch of blue in my brush. That's too bright, especially when I get those waves in there. Hey.
For your support and your help.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. I like your stuff. So I was telling Anna it's a good thing too, because I liked you, but you could have done some crappy art. You know how it goes. I know you know how it goes. Come on,
Yeah,
we've all been there. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, thank you.
All right, well, take care. See you later.
Yeah, we're going to go off and start looking at.
Propata.
Yeah. Go see
Yeah.
if we can.
All right, we'll do some manifesting there.
Okay. See you.
See ya. You're doing all right. It's a challenge. Okay, this brush is officially getting too big. The thing to do now, though, is our green, and we don't need a smaller brush for that. And that smaller brush will be a 1, so we're Grand Prix. Street highlights. Bring a little permanent green there, just pretty it up. That's odd. Isn't it odd? It is odd. Thanks. That's working okay. Kind of created this weirdness here. And one consistent line. That looks all right. I don't want to put the T-square down. It's too thin. I don't want to put the T-square down, but I probably should have put the T-square down. Let's see. We're close though. Keep telling yourself that, Mike. Telling yourself how close you are. See what I'm talking about? That's probably enough. Yep. Hopefully it didn't mess up too much. We're almost done. Grass highlights. I'm not going to leave the tree exactly like that. I could do. I won't. I think highlight some of the old good. Right, that brush is getting real big. Yeah, yeah, I'm happy with my easy talk this morning. I'm not doing painting videos right now. I'm taking a break. Let's fill in that tree first. It could even be just some kind of burn number. We have a little bit of that, one of those grass colors left. And a few little quickie highlights would be good. Horsey. Not like a nice little horsey. Clean up some of this. Actually, that looks alright. Looks okay. Thing is, though, just some there. We need a little here. Yeah. 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 I like it. That. Black. Bit dark. Let's leave that alone. Let's just do our waves. We're going to use this brush that we used for the tree. It's got a little bit of transparent brown in it, that won't matter. Some titanium white, a little bit of black just to knock it back, gray. Now, I'll mention this in any video I do with the waves, you know, and in the book when I get to that. Make sure your waves are never brighter than your sky. These probably are, actually. Yeah. Could go down a bit, though. Seems very bright. A little bit of an issue with consistency there. Too consistent. Too long, that's creating a distracting bit. I don't have any of that color in the palette, but I'll grab the gray. Hopefully it'll be close enough to know it's good to do. And let's bring it back in a little. In this case, it'll be a subtle aqua. It's yellow ochre with the blue mixture, which is the Prussian blue. Lighter. I'm going cat. I'm going cat. Someone I liked. Pretty good result. So that will be lighter. I'd say that is gonna do it. That's getting the idea across. It's a small painting. You don't want to get too crazy. Okay, we're gonna give this brush a rinse. Time to go, Shannon. The boys are gonna be crossing their legs, old Jerry. I'm happy with this. I think it looks nice. Probably should go to the brighter on some of those greens up there. We'll see. Let's do this grass first, though. I know it's two whatevers. Don't you worry so much. Two-step process, okay? I mean, it would have been nice if it'd been all great right out of the gate, but that isn't always how things work. We take that brush, we wipe it off. Pretty good effect. Yes, that block is too blocky. That's pretty good. Alright, I'm not going to sweat this too much. It's a little painting. I mean, I care about it. I love it. But you don't want to get too whatever he's perfectionistic, I guess is what I mean by whatever he's. You don't want that. It's not going to make for a better painting. It just makes for like mental complexes that aren't helpful. Now that's not helpful what I just did there. Because that's like shadow of the tree. I don't need to put a lot of emphasis on bright grass breaking through the shadow. That would be a mistake. We can do a little bit. Okay, we'll try that again. That's probably enough. Okay, a little highlight on the tree. A little bit of gray into that tan. I don't want that too much like the wet with the oil. Let me get crazy. I'm liking that. Alright, remember what I said about that tray? A little more pop. Basically, it just added a lot more permanent green. Yeah, that helps. That's it. We're done. See ya. Did you know you could buy the book? Landscapepainter.co.nz. The book cost $65 US. Did you know?